Things, I am Lies.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together. Alright, it shouldn't be bothering me, like it really shouldn't, but I'm still like, you left school after the end of your school day, after being in the cafeteria, and now you're having lunch at home. I just feel like I want the writers to pay a little more attention to what they're writing. Like, was this a huge team, and then they were splicing and editing it together afterwards? Or people just, like, the translation of it was food time and they just used lunch? Like, I kind of want to know.
I would like to know.
But also, I would just like a higher quality in the script. Even if the plot is exactly the same and there's nothing else going on in, like, character development or whatever, just the actual, like, literary, like your just basic editing of syntax and form. Use your Strunk and White manual and have some continuity.
You make me laugh. You assume there's going to be character development in this here character-driven story. I always find that to be hilarious with some of the stories that we really have legitimately played and just been like, where's your character development? It seems really ham-fisted or
seems
really
like they
awkward.
are the same person the whole way through.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, you'd better clean up after this.
I'd better clean up after this.
You'd better.
I don't know when Daddy will be home.
Could be today.
Is your dad actually finally freaking home?
Could
even
be
though he's
tomorrow. Could be next month.
Who knows? It could be the next 2 minutes, and then we'll say it's 3 hours later, and then then it was 3 days later.
But Daddy hasn't texted me yet. Daddy.
He could show up at any time, Daddy.
Which is why I couldn't wait for Ben to potentially bring me home, because you, the reader, didn't know, but I knew that today Daddy might come home.
At any time.
At any time.
We're just gonna keep... See? See? Oh my god! I'm so upset I must drink tea at it. Excuse me, I just like,
One moment while my friend takes a sip of the tea.
The tea. Ben called me earlier to apologize for not taking me home this afternoon, and after I got my phone charged, because, you know, does he just have my house phone number? Do we even have a house phone? I guess the thing is, I don't know.
I charged my phone when I got home because I never take a charger with me to school. It encourages me not to, use my phone during school, which a lot of the older generation feels is really important because they think all we're doing is mucking around on our phones. And so I've learned really hard never to look things up on my phone or double check my sources or anything else, and only to do that on school computers when I have access to them.
Right, school computers that like censoring things and basically try to help control and sort of did I say help sarcastically? Because honestly, in my experience, I was really surprised where sometimes there were sites like, yes, I get it, you don't want the kids looking at porn, okay, while they're at school.
It's always about porn.
It is always
Everything's about porn.
And it bugs me. Like, I had my mom who literally ran for an office in one of the places that I lived in Idaho, and it was really funny because part of her platform was literally going, we're going to save the children from porn, basically, and I was like, are the children being drowned and inundated with porn? Just dicks streaming out of their computer screens going, blah, 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 and everybody's going to cum fields and everything. I'm like, really? This is just a problem that you think the teens have?
The number one death of, cause of children is porn.
The number one cause of children.
Cause of children is porn, and the cause of death is porn.
The cause of death for children is porn. I mean,
save the children from the porn, which is an evil monster that's killing them. Guns don't kill children. Porn kills children.
Oh my god. We both feel really petty about this.
There's this wonderful, wonderful commercial by the Kiwis that is really about children and
we're
porn.
talking about New Zealanders.
It is true. There were New Zealanders, who, as far as I know, affectionately call themselves Kiwis.
Mm-hmm.
So, that if that's not the case, I apologize. But anyway, about basically porn usage and talking to your kids about it, and it was not about at all going, you need to stop this. I'm going to take you away from this or anything. It was really more about going, porn isn't good sex education. And you know what? I'm going to just link it on here. We will just do that. So what it is, it's a really cute, charming commercial. Has a couple of professional porn stars in there that are actually really great advocates in that moment for children's awareness and what might be missing in regular porn for going, it's not bad for children to be exposed to sex. It's just misinforming for children to be exposed to professional sex directed at adults.
Which is the thing that I was trying to talk about in a previous episode of being like, having children be exposed to these things because they're literally a part of our world is that like it just happens. Being able to have conversations with your kid allows you to have safe, sane, and consensual. So that's what you're looking for, going like whatever works for them just to make sure that everybody's safe and everybody is consenting. That's what you're trying to encourage. And if you don't know what's going on with your kids' media, how the hell can you have any of those conversations? And what bugs me is that we're not encouraging adults to do so. And in fact, the way that many adults seem to be going for, like, for even just like the millennial generation is still sort of echoing their parents. And I'm going to warn everybody who is a Zoomer or in between is to really be careful, because the thing is that you've got to watch what they're trying to tell you, of being like, you're not supposed to be exposed to this. Like, but how else are you supposed to learn? Or how else are you supposed to have conversations if they try to shut you down completely?
I suppose that the thing that I can add by not making this a giant video essay, because it is just a touch on a topic, which is really what we do. We just touch on topics in here, is really to go, again, the censoring of information is not going to help anyone learn. And in the entire history of humanity, abstinence has not ever worked as the answer. People are, as a creature, a sexual species. And unless you're going to completely remove that from us altogether, which has never worked and doesn't seem natural to us in any way, then you're never going to protect children from sex, which is a natural part of the species they're involved in.
Right.
Like, that's it. You need to involve them in it in a way that empowers them and keeps them safe.
At one point, honestly, I would love to give you a couple of minutes and we could just let my friend go off about their basically abortion argument, which was really, really good. And I really liked it because we actually had a conversation at work, and I was mostly sort of just in the background. I eventually caught, like, basically the butt end of this. But it was just basically breaking down but the thing with abortion, at least in the United States, where people go, oh, the problem is abortion, abortion is the problem. And it's like, the problem isn't abortions, the problem is unwanted pregnancies. And so my friend really broke it down in a manufacturing sense, and it was really interesting to watch all the people who were involved in that conversation really get walked through the process of going, when you start here and then you end up with this is how this works.
And the thing was and I won't do the whole thing here, but it basically used a fishbone diagram, which, if you don't know what that is, it's something they use in business to break down contributing factors to a problem and to find the root cause of what is wasting your resources, of what is causing your problem, of what is breaking your machines, of what is, interfering with your process, whatever it is. So if you look at the nation as a business and all of us as employees in here, that's our citizenship, is as an employee of this nation. And that doesn't mean we get paid to be here, but it means we function as a unit. The entire thing is a functioning business, right? Which, as far as I know, Trump likes that model, even if he's crap at it. That's an opinion. All right. So that what you've got is going, if we take the problem impartially, emotionally, and you go, okay, where is it ruining efficiency, drawing out, like wasting money? Where is it taking away resources? Where is it making employees less efficient? Then you can get to a root cause problem, which again is unwanted pregnancies, and then address that root cause problem from essentially a business standpoint of going, what we're wanting to do is stop wasting human and monetary resources on this problem and thereby take care of it. What is the most effective way to do that? And I had a whole bunch of people with a whole lot of opinions from very different backgrounds when they were in that business environment, faced with a business structure they were familiar with a problem-solving structure they'd all been trained in. They went, that makes a whole lot of sense. And it was this great equalizing experience where it removed a lot of people's personal emotional biases, and they went, we need to solve a business problem that is, basically plaguing our country and making us less efficient as a, as a country. Anyway, so that, but at some point I might put that together. I have a couple of rants on this channel. Ranting is one of my things, because sometimes I just have a lot of opinions, and if you can't collect them into a very clear, concise fashion that is one spiel, essentially your elevator pitch for this idea, then you can never really get to share it with people. And so I'm that's kind of a hobby of mine.
See, and I'm always terrible at them. So I'm like, I might have a lot of rants about various things and characterizations and how things work, but I meander so much. I cannot help but to just want to go off on 90 million different topics. Anyway, so we're going to go with, Ben called me earlier to apologize for not taking me home this afternoon.
All right.
It's not his fault, though.
I left.
I did. I left. I mean, my phone died.
And I didn't pursue any other form of communication at all, including going, hey, Mark, do you have a phone? And do you potentially have, Ben's number, then now that we're all friends? Or I could give you Kayla's number, who could then maybe contact Ben. I don't know if I've given Ben anyone else's number or anyone else's Ben's number. This might not work. If you just came to the football field and he's there, can I maybe just go back to the football field?
I have his number memorized so that I don't inconvenience anyone.
I know. I don't program them into my phone and forget. I memorize them old-fashioned style so that I can dial them on our good, beautiful rotary phone.
Yes, beautiful. Fantastic.
Rotary phones are so much fun.
I love
if you
rotary.
do not know what a rotary phone is, because they are antiquated, you've probably seen one in a movie somewhere. There's that one where it's got a
dial.
rotating dial on it, where you
Yep.
put your finger in and you roll it over in a circle to the number you want.
Yep.
And then it ticks back sprinkler style. Anyway, you can look up rotary phone. They're a lot of fun.
They're fantastic still. Oh my God. All right, but he's a really sweet guy. He asked me to go see a movie again tonight, and I said yes.
Even though Daddy's going to be home at any minute, I wanted to not let Ben down, and I wanted to do the appropriate relationship behaviors. Also, the thing I'm having that's really interesting about this particular dating game is, like, there's not, like, you get introduced to a whole bunch of people, and then you get to sort of choose between them or get attracted to them variously. We really are going extremely sequentially, like serial monogamy kind of approach right now.
Weird.
And it's like, it's not like we get to choose whether or not to date Ben. We're just dating Ben.
Yeah.
Like, that's, so the love interest, like, approach is super different in this game for me, which is part of why I've been interested in this game, even train wreck that I will call it, in my own opinion, is going, why do you have so many really different approaches to things? There's a wildly different feel for the types of games we played so far. Even ones directed at guys, directed at girls, like the relatively limited body of work, but for us, a pretty good survey at this point.
Right.
Going, this is really different.
Or at least it feels like a pretty good survey. I know there are hundreds of, if not thousands of more, like, Otoma games that are really just like, you do not even have any idea. So we could be talking completely out of our butts.
Oh my God, some of them are so bad though. Like, I ran into some when I was a kid that are so freaking bad. And occasionally when someone's followed us on YouTube, hello, we pay attention to our followers.
Yes, we do.
We've gone and looked at their stuff. A lot of times, one or the other of us will go look at their channel and see if they actually have one. Anytime someone follows us and be like, hey, your stuff is interesting, cute, whatever. And there was this young individual who followed us who did some dating let's plays of their own. And oh my God, they were such low budget, like, flash dating games with such, like, very, very
antiquated,
simplistic art.
Nope. Okay.
And they felt very, very old-fashioned as far as quality is concerned.
Minimalistic.
All right. And I'm just like, some of them, I was just like, I was watching them and I was going, there's almost nothing here, and your art barely carries it. But I respect that you have done this.
However, again, so this is the one thing that I've always advocated for, and then I understand where some people just cannot handle it. But it's like, for me, one of the things that I think is actually more important is basically a character-driven story rather than a visually driven story.
Yes.
So while your visuals are important, they are not nearly as important, and to me, they play second fiddle to basically your story and your characters. Because that is the important bit. That is literally what's going to carry the rest of it. You could have as many hot people as you wanted. It was kind of like, so I'm going to bring it out here. It's kind of like when we played Obey Me. To me, honestly, the story wasn't very good, and the characters themselves weren't really all that interesting. It felt very rote for me in regards to going, here's your dark and edgy story with all these hot guys, in your harem, basically, anime, and they're all there for you, and you're just kind of like,
Okay. Am I going to school or not? Me, the reasonable one, going, okay, am I going to school for my mortal soul or not? Because if I am, honestly, I'm not as inspired today to be attracted to any of you because I want to live.
Yeah.
My survival instinct is stronger than my boning instinct.
Pretty
and that's
much.
one of the things I've actually commented on a number of these games where they basically have, like, danger as the impetus to romance.
Right.
I'm like, I would rather live than
die.
Then make out.
Then bone.
Then make out. I'm just like, it's that button where you have to choose live or have sex, and it's only in that moment. It's not ultimately for your whole life.
We're in the library with Julian, and guess what he does? He goes, bone or die.
And you're like, bone or live.
Born or live. Excuse me. I apologize. Because it's the same thing to me.
And so it's like, so you're like, but what if I don't survive? You're like, okay, what if you don't survive to be able to have sex, but the sex makes it way less likely that you're going to survive?
Right?
So maybe let's just try and survive. And you know what?
Right.
If you don't live, it'd be a damn tragedy, and it won't make it less of a tragedy for me who survives it if I had sex with you. Actually, no, it won't.
It'll be
Anyway,
worse, probably.
You said yes.
It's Friday night,
We
after
did.
all.
We started the week on a Friday. We skipped our last hop from this was last week was all the way over to Friday.
My God, I just kind of want to beat my head.
This is like
slowly
My
into the
Mystic
wall.
Dragons. I've known them for months. Have you?
Are you sure? This has felt like weeks or days, because we don't even know what's going on. The doorbell chimes loudly as I am putting chapstick on my lip.
That's so specific. Not as I'm applying chapstick or anything, but as I'm putting chapstick on my lips. Where else do you usually put it that you need to specify your lips?
Oh, that was terrible timing. Anyway.
My friend's gonna die on their tea. I'm sorry.
It's
I always
fine,
do
that
this
was-
when my friend is trying to drink. And I'm always so grateful they don't spit on the technology.
Hey man, I'm good at that. I've had some practice. Okay, I run downstairs hoping to see Ben.
But
and
it turns
instead,
out that my dad just rang the bell because, his hands were all full of suitcases, and so he just leaned
it is
against
elbow.
it.
Yep, elbow or something like that. Boing. Although he's 30 minutes earlier than he's supposed to be,
It's Jonathan.
I unlocked the front door with a light heart. It's a
And
new
scream.
dating romance.
Oh,
person.
maybe.
Please, new option.
It's your dad! It's your dad! He's illustrated!
Oh my god!
He has no eyes.
He doesn't have any eyes.
Okay, it's like the way the lower lid and everything are drawn, it looks like he doesn't actually have eyes.
Oh my god.
Like, bear with me here. Like, we're in a horror game. There's a little bit of like sunkenness to it
God,
and
there
extreme like
is.
lower lid. Like, it looks like he does not actually have eyes. And also, I'm getting Voldemort nose.
Yes.
Your dad is a monster, and he supports you.
That's adorable. Well,
And
I
he
mean,
just-
we were also a monster,
Was it?
but we just
He's
died.
never also acknowledged. He doesn't discriminate against you as a ghost, nor has he realized that it might be an important part of your process. So he's never mentioned it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Your
Your dad is slightly neglectful in that way.
Surprise!
Dad?
I knew you would arrive at any minute, but I didn't expect it to be this minute. Oh, still holding chapstick gently against your lips. You ran downstairs with the chapstick against your lips.
Hey, Juju! Hello, babe! Nice to see you! Daddy, hello!
Hello. Ah, yes, you slowly dropping the chapstick into your face. Oh, no, I got it.
I got it! It's fine, it's fine. Hi.
It's a giant, one of those huge, like, lip smacker ones. Smearing it all over your face.
And it's colored.
It's
So it like
colored.
stains your face.
Oh, you're just like
Your next time will show up.
God, I was the teen with the lip smackers all the time. I even had the ones on the necklace that you could pop off. And use, and I'd wear a lip smacker necklace.
I always wanted one.
Oh no,
And I didn't really have them because I was just like, they seemed like fun and everybody had them.
And I had them.
Damn you!
I had them. You know what I also
Damn
had?
you!
You know what I also had?
Damn you all to hell! Sorry, I'm fine.
I had a plushy watch that looked like a peacock. And you would snap open the peacock, and there was a plastic watch inside, and you could check the time. So I got to wear a big, gaudy, plushy peacock bracelet that would tell me the time.
Oh my god.
I was ridiculous as
You
a
were
child.
really ridiculous. I'm like, all I imagined for me is I was wearing sweatpants and I had pigtails as a kid.
So-
That's
so-
the defining thing of me.
Neon pink sweatpants.
Yes.
Was me.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
yes.
so we had
and
wow.
neon yellow.
Oh, no,
I had-
didn't do
I had
that.
multiple
Mine
colors.
were all pink. Every one of them was bubblegum pink.
Yeah.
For a while, for 3 years, nothing would I wear
hated-
but neon pink sweatpants.
So the reason though why I had them is because I hated myself.
Oh, I'm
And well,
sorry.
because I was gross and inappropriate, and so I had loads of body issues as a
Mm.
kid because of the amount of basically Christian abuse that I had in my life. So that's fine.
Anyway, so I had cool things. I also had Tamagotchis.
I never got to have one of those either, and I wanted to have one of those.
I'm
But the
so
thing-
sorry. I would have saved one for you.
I mean, the thing was I had Pokemon.
Yeah, I didn't have Pokemon, so there's that. But I did. I definitely had Tamagotchis. And the other one, what was the knockoff one? I forget. But I had that one as well.
Oh God, I don't.
Because there was a
remember.
couple
There was a
different
few of them.
cheap knockoff ones, and I bought a couple of those,
Yeah,
and kept virtual pets were a thing that I loved. Like I even had virtual pets on the computers. Since we had all kinds of old games in our house because my dad had access to them and stuff. Like I had the original dogs, and then cats when it came
Oh,
out, and
yeah.
then I had oddballs, and then I also had Norns. I think it was called Creature.
Right.
And there was Norns that you raise and virtually breed with virtual DNA.
My brothers had Pogs.
Do you
remember
the Pogs and
Pogs?
Slammers?
Uh-huh.
I did those, but that's not a pet.
No, I know, but
I
I
know.
was trying to think of more things that we actually had.
Yeah,
because
all
I'm
right.
like, I don't really have
So-
anything else, unfortunately. Dad, my jaw drops when I see Daddy at the door instead of Ben.
Daddy,
Hi.
hello. Oh, he does have eyes. Dear God.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
God.
I was like, he has no eyes. It's a facsimile of eyes. It's fine.
It's fine. They pretend.
Oh, Pumpkin squeezes you. Pip! I missed you so much. Squishes your face into his chest. Bonk.
I love you, my child.
You're like, I feel so loved.
I am
smothered.
I am become love. Daddy squeezes me so tight I can't breathe.
I knew it. See, I knew he hugged the hell out of you.
Of course he does. I tap his shoulder to let him know that I'm dying.
Ah,
Tapping out, tapping out.
Sorry, child. I didn't mean to squeeze you so tight that you could. Oh, darling, you're just so huggable. I couldn't resist.
Aha! I went out to my artist thing, and you know what I was missing? You.
You, and I just couldn't ever hug you or hold you close the way daddies need to do with their young daughters.
Dad, I'm like 17
Oh.
or 18.
Well, don't you still love hugs?
Yes, I do, but
Why
you know
don't you
what?
just welcome me home?
Welcome home. Bye, Ma.
Bye.
All right, so in the next one, we're going to tap his shoulder to let him know that we're dying. So thank you very much for joining us, guys. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or our Patreon. We've got some links in the description down below. Please also feel free to share our videos with somebody that you think might have a good time with us, because we love to have good time here. We have long, good, fun time here. Yes! But other than that, I have been Scandal and I have murdered my friend.
I have fun time with you long time.
I have fun time with you long time.
Okay.
Long fun time
That is
with